Hello everyone, this is Talk Time with Cynthia. I'm coming today and I am going to be speaking on the black tax, the cost of being black in America. Okay, it's a continuation of my book reading and what I do, I have it in the playlist and it's underneath the black tax, the cost of being black in America. So if you go to my playlist, you will see it, or either it's under the continuation of the black tax. I think I got to change the title in there. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead on and finish reading it. But first of all, I want to say don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will be notified of my videos whenever I upload them, so you won't miss out on all the goodies I have for you guys. And also, don't forget to tell your family and your friends what your girl Sin is doing. Because, you know, we keep it popping over here on the positive side. Love, peace, understanding, joy, compassion. Just create the place for people to come. No judgment, anything like that. This is family. You're Asian, your family. You're white, your family. You're Indian, your family. You're black, your family. I don't care who you are, long as you come with love, peace, joy, and understand that we are all family. There's no division or anything. It's all love. It's all peace, all joy. And that's what this platform is about. So I just want you guys to know that. And also the books that I'm reading, I always like to make sure that people understand why I'm reading what I'm understanding. Why I'm reading what I'm reading. And that this is not to create strife or division between us. This is to unite us. And I know at some point it doesn't make sense, but what I'm trying to do to show us how we got to where we are. Once we figure out how we got to where we are, then we know, you know, where we was, how we got there, and how to come to the present and work it out so we'll have a brighter future in the future, right? So yeah, but yeah, so it's all love. So don't get it twisted. It's all love, and that's what I want you to understand. And also, if you have comments, make your comments or whatever, but keep it respectful. And if you have questions, ask your question. If I can answer it, I answer it, or I figure out how to get you an answer. But yeah. So yeah, comment down below if you have any questions, or if you have any other great books that you need or want me to read. And you know, for this platform that we love so much, and I'm able to do that. Like I said, I can't please everybody. I do my best to try to keep it where we all is in a good place. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. So now, without further ado, we're gonna start reading our book. Okay, so we're on part 3 still. Mature. Yeah, we're on part 3. And on part 3, the title we're reading today is The Accumulative Effect of the Black Tax on African American Wealth, right? So, like I said, this you just go to my playlist, and then you can start at the beginning of, you know, the videos, that because I think I'm at 12 videos now, and you can start at the beginning. That way you won't be stuck in the middle and not really understanding what's going on. Okay, so it says the enormous cost of past discrimination against Black Americans, the current level of discrimination driven by explicit and implicit biases. The current level of discrimination driven by explicit. Okay, so I'm reading this twice, so sorry about that. And it says, and the low I'm gonna start over, guys, with this part here, because I don't want to read and then nobody understand what I'm trying to read. It says the um enormous cost of past discrimination against Black Americans, the current level of discrimination driven by explicit and implicit biases, and the low representation of African Americans in critical careers and industries as seen by the 2% phenomena has dramatically reduced the ability of Black Americans to accumulate wealth. Black American households currently have 8.4 trillion less wealth than they otherwise should have, which includes 1.5 trillion less of retirement assets, 2 trillion less of business equity, 4.8 trillion less of primary home equity. Then it says, and within the large African American community, there are 1.4 million fewer Black businesses, 6 million fewer jobs, 1 trillion less in business revenue, 520 billion less in consumer income. In addition, the children of the white baby boomer generation are going to inherit approximately 30 trillion over the next several years, an amount that is 20 times the net worth of all Black Americans. This is why white Americans are significantly more likely to receive an inheritance, and when they do, those inheritances are vastly larger and more likely to increase their wealth profile. Then the next title is diversity, minority, does not mean Black. Diversity, minority does not mean Black. The question is now, not if there is a Black tax, because clearly there is, but what can we do about it? How do we fill the massive gap of 6 million jobs, 1.4 million business, and trillions of dollars of net worth? Many folks believe that a large part of the answer lies within increasing the size, scope, and effectiveness of various diversity and inclusion programs within corporations and governments. This is certainly a vitally important pathway, because these programs can dramatically increase minority presence on payrolls and in supply chains. A supply chain is comprised of the businesses that you purchase goods and services from to achieve their personal or business objective. However, this must be done with caution, because these programs and initiatives are built around the concept of increasing diversity and including minorities in various parts of the companies where they are underrepresented. However, diversity and minority does not mean black. Diversity and minority are generally euphemisms for non-white males. White means a myriad of various other groups which means a myriad of various other groups fall into these categories. Therefore, a company, entity, or institution can have a very successful diversity or minority initiative with a marginal impact on black employment and black enterprises. Consider the following statistics. Consider this, guys. Women own businesses with employees generated revenue of 1.2 trillion. Less than 2% of that revenue was from black women owned businesses, 88% white. So that 88% get the bigger share. Then it says Hispanic owned businesses with employees generated revenue of 380 billion. Less than 2% of that revenue was from black owned businesses, 84% white. Asian owned businesses with employees generated revenue of 628 billion. There are, by definition, zero black owned businesses in this category. Black, Hispanic, and Asian minorities owned banks have 194 billion of assets. 2.5% of those assets are in black owned banks. Then it says to create jobs and to develop and expand businesses in the black community, you must remember that minority and diversity does not mean black. And your focus must be on efforts to increase black participation in these programs. How can we do this? Yay, the good part, right? Education is critically important, but not sufficient. Okay? Many people believe that dramatically increasing the post-secondary education level among African Americans, especially increasing the percentage of African American bachelor degree holders, is the solution. While this is virtually important and has the potential to increase lifetime earnings by millions of dollars, post-secondary education attainment alone will not be sufficient. The main reason is that current and past anti-black discrimination has led blacks to have perpetually higher unemployment rates than whites at every education level. According to Algernon Austin of the Economic Policy Institute, 85% of blacks would need to have bachelor's degree for Black Americans to have the same employment rate as white Americans. The power of the black tax means that Black Americans would need an 85% rate of post-secondary college degree attainment to have the same employment rate as white Americans with a 36% rate of college degree attainment, while increasing Black bachelor's degree holders from 24% to 85% would be a Herculean effect. It would, however, result in 2 million more Black Americans in the labor force. It would also cost African Americans trillions of dollars to do so. Given that Black American college graduates occupy a disproportionately high percentage of low earning occupations after college, they would be mired, M-I-R-E-D, myriad in hundreds of billions of dollars of debt, combined with low-paying jobs, which would dramatically reduce their ability to accumulate wealth. Then it says the next title is Move Out of Inner Cities. Some believe that as Blacks move out of inner cities into the suburbs, that employment and other opportunities will increase significantly. While this may seem helpful, the reality is that as of 2010, 51% of Blacks in the 100 largest metro areas in the nation already lives in the suburbs, which is four times the level in 1960, which no corresponding improvement with no corresponding improvement in the employment rate for Black Americans over the past 60 years. This is because as Blacks move into the suburb closest to the inner city, whites move further into the outer suburbs, taking their economic and business resources with them. This left many Black suburbs with a limited economic base and even higher poverty level than some inner cities. And then the next title says Lobby for Massive Government Action. Others believe that massive government action backed by the private sector is necessary to reverse the wealth and employment gap. While this is indeed true, the effects of massive government action backed by the private sector may be less impactful and long-lasting than expected, because the economic circulatory system within the Black community is almost non-existent. This is because Black Americans, number one, currently spend 98% of their income on non-Black owned companies and service providers, and number two, deposit 98% of the resources with non-Black owned banks that serve the Black community. Therefore, massive government action would almost currently result in a massive stimulus for the non-black enterprises that provide products and services to the black community. Since these companies employ significantly fewer African Americans than black owned companies and fund black enterprises as far far lower levels. Um, Such actions would likely lead to lower employment levels for black Americans, sorry guys, than would otherwise be the case in black owned businesses where I mean were the primary suppliers. Then it says the max the max maximize I mean to maximize the employment levels and business development within the black community. All of the strategies mentioned above, African American inclusion and supplier programs, higher post-secondary education levels, safer communities with more economic opportunity, and massive government and private sector action must be implemented together, not separately, and must rest on a foundation based on two new paradigms. The first new paradigm is centered on personal financial management at an individual and household level with a focus on stewardship, ownership, and legacy, which means soul. The acronym is SOUL, SOUL, right? I'm thinking that's what it means. It says, but they put a U in there, so they kind of like, instead of saying SOL, they did SOUL. This concept is covered thoroughly in book one of my financial empowerment series, CPR for the Soul: How to Give Yourself a 20% raise, eliminate how to give yourself a 20% raise, eliminate your debt, and leave an inheritance for your children's children. Stewardship is about getting the highest and best use out of the limited resources that you currently possess. It is about maximizing your household cash flow, because without cash flow, there's no savings, no assets, no investments, and no wealth to pass on. It's also about using your gifts and abilities to generate a significant return on your limited resources. Ownership is about the elimination of all claims on or doubts against your assets, which in turn maximizes the amount of personal and or household cash flow available to you. Legacy is about, number one, positioning yourself to leave an inheritance for your children's children, having enough resources to retire with dignity. And number three, proactively setting aside money so you can help those in need. Due to the lack of financial management, knowledge in African American households, and the impact of a debt-driven, consumer-driven society, a significant portion of African American household income is consumed by debt payments and wasteful spending. So true. Focus on stewardship, ownership, and legacy. So y'all do go and look those words up and know the true meaning of them, so you'll understand exactly what they mean and exactly what you have to do. Okay, that's just coming from me. That's not in the book. Then it says, which is about, okay, let me read it again. A focus on stewardship, ownership, and legacy, which is about sacrificing short-term gratification for long-term transformation, will divert more resources to intergenerational wealth accumulation and wealth transfer. So that's the end of that particular one. And we're almost at the end of the book, y'all. Look, I got that much more to go. We read that much over here, and we got that much more to go. So, but anyway, I think this is so very interesting. And this, like the last part I just read, is not just for African American. Any race or person can do this in their household and be able to leave their kids a legacy to create generational wealth for their family, which is what we want to do, so that the next generation doesn't have to struggle as much. I'm not saying that they don't have to work as hard, but I'm just saying struggle as much, because I feel like to maintain what you have, you do have to work hard to maintain it and to increase it. So there's that. But yeah. So just you can apply that to any household. It doesn't matter who you are or what your background is. You can apply it to any household. So anyway, guys, so thank you so much for hanging out with me again. And I love you guys so much. I love you so much. And I really appreciate you, and I really thank you. And also, I just want to say thank you to my new subscriber. Woo! Yeah! I like to just make like a big deal about my new subscriber. Because let me tell you guys, it is so important that I have you guys. The more subscribers I have, the more subscribers I can reach. So yeah, and I'm doing this at the end of the video, which I should have did it at the beginning, but I am so over the moon about my new subscriber, because I just feel like the more people I get, the more people I can reach, and the more I can help to change the world that we live in. Yeah. Woo! And so that's what this platform is about. And I just say, I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all so much. And hey, I'm going to talk to you guys later, because I got another video I got to do. So, which is talking about my, the challenge I'm doing, which I'm challenging people to pick out people in their comment section that they, regular people who comment regularly. And if you can pick up people who, don't necessarily comment regularly, but you do want to celebrate your regular people who comment. So, and just let them know how much you appreciate them, and know how great it is that they know how to keep it cute in the comment section, right? You gotta keep it cute regardless of how you feeling and what you're saying. Just keep it cute. I mean, you have a right to your own opinions, right? You have a right to your own opinion. You have a right to feel how you feel or whatever. But keep it cute. You don't have to come up in there just being disrespectful, but you have a right to your own opinion, right? So that's all we're saying. So anyway, guys, we want to say thank you guys so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. And we'll talk to you guys later. Love you.